Hey friends, the gaming industry has got some severe issues as of late, from scalpers and bots, all the way to terms of service changes that need to be addressed. Plus, I would like you to meet Steve. His entry into this video will become more apparent as time goes along. Let's get into this. Okay, this actually started out as an angry rant video, the kind that would make Angry Joe blush. But I decided to rethink things and offer some solutions, because all these anti-consumer issues need to change. So I, Axial GT, have decided to run for president of Gamers Against Anti-Consumer Practices. To make it official, I have a podium, and I have a tie. So that makes it official. And I invite you to participate in early voting by smashing that like button and subscribing for future Axial GT content. And share this video with your friends. With that out of the way, let's get on with the video. We have all seen the issue this has become. The PS5 and Xbox Series X are all out of stock. And new PC hardware, like the new AMD CPUs and GPUs, are non-existent as well. Now we could argue about paper launches till we're blue in the face. And yes, these products probably should have been delayed until the companies had sufficient stock. But that is not our reality. What has exacerbated the stock issues are the scalpers, using bots to buy up all the items. We as consumers and fans of all these various products cannot compete with how fast bots work. Scalpers have mobilized and entered the 21st century, and you can see their handiwork all over eBay and sites like it. You have both new consoles going for 2, 3, 4, 5 times the MSRP, and that goes for new computer hardware too, going for unfathomable amounts of money. Scalping laws need to change. I propose a few changes. First, for the first 3 months of a product launch, it cannot sell for more than 10% above the MSRP. Now, auction sites like eBay, it would be hard to implement, but it would stamp out the idiotic buy it now prices. But it would have problems with actual auctions, where it's the stupid people driving up the price. That there will be harder to deal with because it's consumers acting against themselves and their own best interests that are at fault.
I just hate stupid people.
Next is the penalties of being convicted of scalping or conspiracy to commit scalping. It may surprise you that only 15 states have scalping laws of any significance, and that is only for ticket sales of concerts and other venues. Just like everything else in government, the law has not caught up with the times and lives in the dark ages. Besides pushing through anti-bot legislation, which is to be noted that there is actually this legislation that is just sitting on people's desks. But after pushing that through, penalties will be severe for scalpers. I figure a $10,000 fine and up to 10 years in jail for each offense if you're caught scalping within the first 3 months of a product's launch. Or, being the fair person that I am, the offending parties can opt for another punishment. This is where we bring in Steve. 3,500 pounds of pissed off meanness. The offenders can choose to be laid behind a barn, strapped spread eagle to a park bench, with their legs dangling off, and have Steve mount them. And he won't stop until we use his orifice measuring tool, and the orifice measures at least 10 inches wide. That way, the offending parties have to wear adult diapers the rest of their life, because with a gape that wide, stuff would tend to fall out at the most inopportune moments. Now some might think this is actually kind of severe, but it serves them right. They're sticking it to us gamers. It's only right that they get stuck back, only tenfold to make sure they think twice before doing it again. And CEOs of companies will also be held liable if they allow scalping to be permitted on their sites. Amazon, Facebook, eBay, etc. will have their own turn with Steve. Now comes terms of service changes, like Sony did with PS4 owners, allowing voice chat to be recorded to supposedly report others for bad behavior, or Oculus owners having the requirement of forcing users to link their personal Facebook accounts to their Oculus account. I will push legislation that these companies must offer refunds of the purchase price in the event of a terms of service change after a product has already been purchased, because that's like changing the rules in the middle of a game. Now, free services like Facebook, Twitter, and others, not much can be done because those are free services. But if you buy a product like a PlayStation or an Oculus VR system, you're buying an object with a certain amount of rules with it. You can't change the rules after someone has already spent their hard-earned money on your product. For example, I own an Oculus Rift. They instituted a TOS change after I bought it. I will not link my personal Facebook account to my game system, just so Facebook can sell my information to a third party. So after 2 years, it'll become a giant paperweight. I would not have purchased the system if I had known that this requirement beforehand. I and everyone who purchased the Rift before this requirement should be offered refunds for the VR headset and all the games they have purchased. Or Mark Zuckerberg needs to meet Steve. Other people who need to be introduced to Steve are gaming companies that add microtransactions after the launch to miss review cycles. Activision Blizzard, Steve will be coming for you. I'm sure you guys have some other ideas of fixes for the gaming industry. And let me tell you, it does need a lot. Who else needs to be paid a visit from my main man Steve here? So tell me in the comments below. I'd love to hear all your ideas and what irritates you. And don't forget to vote and subscribe for future Axial GT content. It really helps out with the YouTube algorithm, especially since they seem to be burying all my videos here of late. But I do appreciate you watching. And until next time, I am out of here. You all have a good one.